Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nox, and if you're here for the very first time, go ahead and press that subscribe button, and please do give this video a thumbs up. Guys, today I am so excited because now we get to talk about money, and I know this video I've been wanting to do it for so long. Okay guys, today we're going to talk about negotiating your salary. Okay, so I'm going to give you the scoop in terms of what is it exactly, who should be negotiating salary, and how do you do it if you feel you are performing very well yet you are underpaid. Okay, so as I said, this is for top performers, not average guys that can be traded in and out, because you guys are replaceable. But top performers, companies want to keep these people, and these people are the ones that should really be negotiating for their salary. I know, guys, a lot of people are underpaid. They've got so many responsibilities. They do a lot of things, and responsibilities get added, and they achieve and they bring so much money. They bring clients, they close deals, yet very few bosses will then say, Nox, can I have a meeting with you? I realize that you've been doing very well and I have decided to increase your salary. So guys, if it doesn't happen like that, because, well, it's not a perfect world, it will hardly happen like that. But if it does happen that your boss calls you and say, I realize you've been working hard and you deserve an increment, you know what? Congratulations. You are one of the very few blessed people. But for most of us, where you are underpaid and you know that you are performing well, I'm giving you all the tips today. Okay, guys, number one, you must do your research very well before you go on this salary negotiation thing. You must just do your research in and out. Number one, you know that you are a top performer. You're going to go check on a few sites. I would recommend 3 would be best, to sort of check that people in your field with your skills, qualifications, and your responsibilities, how much are they getting paid. The best people as well to actually give you an idea or a range of how much people are getting paid is people like us in recruitment, because we deal with a lot of candidates, and most of the time we are up to date with what the industry is paying. So maybe someone who's a recruiter, a headhunter, or someone in HR, or someone in your field, maybe at a very senior level, then the person doesn't have to work for the same company, okay, would have an idea of how much you are getting paid. Research is very important, because if you are negotiating your salary, this is you bringing facts, nothing about feelings. It's not on some, I feel like, this is you saying it the way it is. Okay. But another thing, when you do your salary negotiation, I hear a lot of people normally when they think or they're not sure whether they deserve it, they always look at it as, no, but my boss drives this car, my boss lives in this mansion, my boss. So it becomes more comparing the boss to yourself. That's not what it's all about. And sometimes you come across as too pushy and arrogant, and you're not open to negotiation. So when you're going to negotiate your salary, bring the respect with you, be humble, but very confident, because without the confidence, your boss will probably give you stories. They will probably give you some stories, and you would leave without any increment sign off or any agreement or any commitment from your boss. So respect is everything. It's a negotiation. It's a conversation. It's a give and take. We are seeing where we can settle. Okay. Okay. So guys, most people that would not negotiate, I would know, normally it's people starting up. You just graduated, you got your first job, you've got these amounts of responsibilities, you are outperforming in your team, you are doing more than what you are supposed to do, but you're not brave, you're not confident, you don't know that there is a room for you to sit down with your boss and negotiate your salary. If you honestly feel you are a top performer, and you you want your boss to look at negotiating your salary. And I would say this because I know when I started up in my career, that would be the last thing. If someone says, well, I'm going to go negotiate my salary, I was like, you think your boss will listen to you? Because, starting up, you're just taking whatever. You are grateful for the opportunity. And most of the time, you just feel like, oh my God, they're doing me a favor. Straight from varsity. And you don't look at how long you've been with the company and what you have contributed. Okay. So 3 things, guys. Number 1, speak to your boss. It depends who's your boss, right? Sometimes your boss is someone that you report to, but sometimes the person that you report to is not at a stage to take such decisions. But advisably and with respect, we do respect the ranks in our career. So the person that you report to, you'll speak to. Let's say the person you report to gives you a go ahead and say, go speak to the big boss. This is the CEO, the person who takes decisions and say, I think you deserve it. Okay, so you want to go set up an appointment. It's not a surprise situation. You're not going to walk in on some, hey, I'm here, I'm discussing my increment. I think it's due. In fact, it's long overdue compared to the money that I've been bringing into your business. No, that's not how you do it. You go set up. These senior people, they have personal assistants. You go to the PA and you just say, I would like to speak to the CEO, or I would like to set up a meeting. Obviously, they need to know the agenda. You're not going to go around and act like you don't know. You can't say, I want us to discuss this, where else you know exactly what you want to discuss. Be very straightforward, because what your boss will do as well, your boss would want to prepare, because they know these are not easy conversations. These conversations, not a lot of people bring them to the table. So they're already thinking, what a brave human being. Okay, so the agenda is set, nice, you are ready, you prepare. When you prepare, that's why I'm saying do your research. If it means you print out things to show that you honestly deserve an increment, do that. I don't think you can just walk into a salary negotiation like without something to write, without notes that you've prepared, without any files as proof, because sometimes this CEO are not fully aware of how much we are bringing in the impact. And you can't just leave that to the person you're reporting to say, well, I'm hoping my manager speaks to my boss, to my big boss, and my big boss is fully aware of how much I'm contributing and how much of an impact or of a good person I am to this business and the efforts that I'm putting. So that's why you would have to bring proof with you. Okay. So now that the meeting is set up, you are there, you should highlight exactly how much you want to be paid. Okay, you can do it differently, guys. As I say, it's a conversation. So it's not you telling your boss, pay me more money, I deserve more. You want to speak, but you want to also speak and stop and listen to what your boss is saying and move with that, other than just you going there and say, hey, I need this and this and this and this much and this much, and people with my degree and my certificate and all these things, they are getting paid this much. So you want to be sure exactly how much the figure. Most people would say, don't give a range, give one figure. But other people will say, a range is more flexible. But what I can advise is, if you do a range, obviously you're going to go with your between this much, between 20,000 to 35,000. Okay, we all know that if you do that, chances are your boss will settle for the lowest. And if 20,000 is not what you are looking for, then don't make the range there. Start with your minimum, as in something that will really matter to you, something that you are honestly going to be happy if you get, because should they give you, your performance must show, you must show that you're happy you got what you were asking for. So if you are comfortable with the range, your minimum should be the minimum that you are going to be okay. But one thing when it comes to figures, you have to be honest and reasonable about it. Okay, you can't just go negotiate 50% if you honestly feel it should not be 50% but 15%. So be very reasonable. You are not there to milk every cent out of your boss, but this is a conversation to say, I am doing so much, I am putting so much effort, and I honestly know that I deserve 1, 2. You don't think, but you know. All right. And then another thing, guys, that you must just know is your boss wants to hear you highlight how much you're going to continue delivering, how much you're going to continue putting in the effort if you get this. So let's say you are in sales and you've already brought in a few clients, they're billing very well, and you've got your stats right, you've got your record to prove that you've been bringing in business, and this is the amount of money that has been coming into the business. When you say the figure that you would appreciate, you also then have to back it up by assuring your boss that when you give me this amount of money, this is my plan, this is what I'm going to do for the business, this is how I'm going to change the business. Automatically your boss loves you already, because you are not saying I'm wanting 10%, but you are saying I'm going to increase the turnover, or whatever you are giving me, it's going to come back to the business 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times, and that's what they want. You obviously don't mean like 1,000 times, if you give me 5,000 extra, I'm gonna bring R1,000,000. Okay, but you are committing yourself that as much as you're gonna commit by increasing this much, I commit to put in this much effort. I commit to have extra responsibilities like 1, 2, 3. It shows that you have a direction. It shows that you are looking at this in a long term. It's not just you getting money from your boss because you can see the money is there, but you also taking responsibility in terms of the things that you're going to do to make sure that the business stays profitable, because every boss starts a business because they want to profit. Okay. Right. Okay. Another thing that you must highlight in the conversation is how much you add value. Like I said, guys, most of our CEOs, they probably know our names. Yeah, if it's like a small company, and they don't really know the ins and the outs. They don't know how many clients, they don't know the effort. So this is you highlighting how much of a value you are. When you were setting up that meeting, they probably did a few research just to check and see if you're really worth it. But obviously, what you say really matter. And guys, I live by this motto. I don't know about you, but I'm all about, if you don't ask, you don't get. These people are too busy doing whatever, closing deals, making sure the business is doing well, and they don't know some of the issues that we have. But you can't sit there, top performer, being underpaid, and you don't voice it out. Okay. Another thing, guys, it does happen that when you go negotiate your salary, you don't get what you were looking for, or the percentage that you would be happy with. So this is how you can do it well. Is, let's say you were asking for 15% increment and your boss is like, no, times are tough, the economy, we are not doing well. We all have had those things. And this is the tactic that most CEOs will tell you. But I can tell you one thing right now is that when a business is doing well, when it's profiting very well, your boss doesn't say, we have been doing very well, we made so much money, I'm going to increase everyone's salary by 15%, right? So when the business is not doing well, honestly, that's least of your worries, because your worry is to ace and master your responsibilities and continue contributing to the business. Okay. So let's say you don't get what you want. You obviously want to commit your boss and ask, what would make me get this 15%? So they will take you through exactly the milestones and the things that you have to achieve to meet the target, or to get to a space where they say, well, I can give you then the 15%. But let's say they give you half, which is 7.5, and you can ask, how do I then make sure that I get this 7.5? And you guys can agree or commit to a certain time, like 3-6 months is more reasonable in terms of achieve 1, 2, 3, do 1, 2, 3, let's come back and meet again. But you're not going to disappear for 6 months and come back 6 months later. Your boss is running a business. He or she's probably not thinking about NOKS all the time, and the goal that you set, your boss will probably forget when was the meeting, when is the 6 months ending. So in that case, you want to push, not too pushy, but you want to open it up to a point where you are showing that I'm willing to do everything. So I want to hear from you, how do I add value? When you speak like that, bosses like people like that, because if there was a scan to check people that can add value and people that are passionate, bosses will only hire those people. People that run their businesses as if it's theirs. People that are so energized, passionate, and they want to see a business succeed, even though they don't own shares. Okay, so bosses like that. So you want to commit and you want to keep track of how you have achieved, and you can break it down by let's meet every month, and you say I've achieved 1, 2, 3, and I'm 80% away from what we agreed on. You are keeping it in mind and reminding them every now and then that I am pushing towards this goal until you get the money that you want, okay, that will make you happy. Okay, maybe for that time until later on. Okay, guys. So another thing, guys, that makes it so difficult to talk about money, it's either you want to bring the negotiation of a salary too early or too late. Okay, sometimes you just start with the company, 6 months later, here you are, you want to speak to the boss and you want to negotiate your salary. Like, really, question is, have you been there long enough to really add value that can be trackable? Okay, and that where we can just sit down and say, these are the numbers, these are the results, and everyone is happy and they see that since you've been here, they've seen things change 1, 2, 3. Or we stay with companies for too long and we don't bring this up to a point where your boss is comfortable with not increasing your salary for the whole 3 years. Your boss can go for 5 years and you are fine and you are not saying anything, and you can't blame them for not giving you an increment because they don't know whether you are putting in the effort that makes you to be confident enough to sit in front of them and say, let's talk money, which is not the easiest subject to speak to your boss about. One last thing, guys, that you need to do, especially when you speak about money with your boss, your confidence level needs to be up there. Your eye contact, you are not looking around on some, I have been getting paid this amount of money. You are looking at your boss in the eyes and you are saying, I've been adding value. I've been doing 1, 2, 3. I believe I am due for a review. Okay. And when you leave that office, you want to leave with something. If your boss says, okay, I didn't do so much research, 1, 2, 3, please give me time to process. You want to know when are we meeting again? Because if you don't follow up until you have something tangible, it's not going to happen. And that's the truth. And bosses will do anything and everything to run away from increasing the salary or paying top performers what they're supposed to get, or what they honestly feel is a bit fair to them, guys. So if you are a top performer and you are underpaid, I hope this video was very, very helpful. And if you are a CEO, very senior person, you have people reporting to you, and maybe you feel there's something that I didn't maybe highlight that you know is important when it comes to negotiating your salary, please use the comment section below and you might help someone might go through those comments and they become educated. And if you are not a top performer and you're an average guy, well, let's skip the salary negotiation for now until you are a top performer for a certain time and you change things around for an organization to a point where you can comfortably sit in front of your CEO and look at your CEO in the eyes and say, I deserve better than this. And guys, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, like, I don't know, hey, you must just go ahead and press that subscribe button. And please do share. And guys, I'll see you again on another video.